So here are some LEXAR flash drives, USB flash drives. And so these are different flash drives from different manufacturers than the ones I tried using last time. So we can see if those will work with the driver's side that I tried installing. So I have some more drivers here on floppy disks that I can load. And right now, of course, there's nothing in the floppy drive. So I will put this disk into the floppy drive now. And here we go. So I believe I have some files in here. And yeah, so I'm going to want this and this and that. And I will just copy these over. Okay, I'm just going to use Windows E here, that's way easier. Well, that was a nice little view there of how much disk space is used. And here's where I put some drivers last time. What I'm going to do is I'll just rename this new drivers because these are all drivers I'm just loading on there now. And I'll create a new folder called USB 2.0 drivers. And I'll move all those in there. And I'll just paste everything from the floppy disk in here now. So you can hear the floppy disk is working away. That's interesting. Let's see here. Okay, copy over this and copy over that. So the only thing it failed to copy over was, it looks like the 7-zip file here. I'll just try that again. Nope, that does not want to copy over, does it? It's interesting. If I try opening it, from the floppy disk. And I don't think I have 7-zip installed. So of course it's not going to open. Interesting. Well, I have some more files on the other floppy disk. So I'll take this disk out. And I have some more drivers on here. Actually, I don't have any more drivers on here. All I have is a Windows 98 compatible 7-zip installation file. So I'll see if that actually works. I'll copy it over. And in the meantime, well, that's interesting. That failed as well. I wonder if I compressed it. No, I can't compress it from here, can I? I can add to zip. Nope, that didn't work either. So I'm guessing something is wrong with the file itself. Probably. Everything else I copied over was a zip file, I'm pretty sure. So I guess next time I'll zip files before putting them on a floppy disk. And I'll try plugging one of these in just to see if it works or not. I'm guessing it won't, but if it does, then I guess I can spare myself some trouble. And of course the USB ports are only in the back on here. And this is interesting. I've not seen that before. Add new hardware. That is coming up for this USB flash drive. I'll just click next. I don't have any floppy disks in here. And I'll change this to, I'll just change this to C, I guess. Because D is the CD drive. There's nothing in the CD drive anyway, so. Oops. Uh-oh. Oh. I guess it's working. Wow, looks like it found something. That's good news. Now let's see if it actually works. Wow. Wow, it actually recognized my USB flash drive. That was more seamless than I thought it would be. I didn't even have to install any of those drivers I loaded from the floppy disk. And what do you know? Here it is. Here is the USB flash drive working on Windows 98 2nd Edition. And I didn't even have to install any of those drivers that I just installed here, or that I didn't install, I just copied over. So I guess I won't be needing those. Now here's another LEXAR flash drive. It's basically identical to the one I just plugged in. So just for kicks, I'm going to plug that in as well, because this computer has 2 USB ports. So I can do that. I'll just plug this one in as well, and see if I can get them both recognized at the same time. So, got it open now. And let's see. It's definitely convenient on modern computers that the USB ports are in the front. And I thought I had a USB extension cord somewhere, because I remember using it at one point. But I seem to have misplaced that because I could not find that this morning. And brought up the wizard again. Next. Search. Next. Finish. And we go up. And briefly I recognized the name that I had given it before I just defaulted to removable disk. But here we can see, well, which one is that? I guess both of these flash drives are currently empty, because I see the same thing for both of them. Let me just try something out here. Let me create just a simple text document. Test.txt, and I'll go up. And so that was on the E drive. If I go into the F drive, I don't see it there. So nothing weird is going on. This is actually working. Web folder. So this would be like WebDAV. I don't have an internet connection right now, so I can't do that. But I got USB flash drives working. That's exciting. So I don't think that the USB flash drives are using the drivers I loaded on last time as well. And by that I mean these ones here. I believe I installed this one, or attempted to install, in my last video, and I don't know, I don't think it used those drivers. Maybe it did, I don't know. But it's working now, so. These USB flash drivers here I won't even use. So I'll just make a note of that here. Now these drivers here are for the network interface card that I installed recently, the Dell one. I believe it's a GBC 1156 something or other. So I'll just extract those. And I like how instead of Explorer, it says Exploring up here. Okay, so I just dumped all the files in here. That could get confusing. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new folder for those. And it didn't let me name it either initially. I'll just name that whatever the folder was. And then I'll extract this. And sure, I'll extract it there. I can move them into a new folder afterwards. Oh, this one it did automatically, okay. So I have those extracted now. So now actually what I'm going to do, I'll put those floppy disks back in. Now that I've got them loaded on this computer. And floppy disks don't have a terribly large capacity. So I'll go ahead and get those files off of there right away. And that we can delete. I'll just leave that there. That was created on the computer I used to load them on there this morning. You can see the date was loaded properly for that. I don't know if... Let me go see new drivers. Yeah, so the dates on these are 1/1/97, because that's this computer. But these drivers I put on this floppy disk on a computer that obviously kept time. It was a Windows 10 computer. I used an external USB floppy drive. And so the proper time was recorded with those. So this is probably for the newer computers that need that type of information on there. And then that I can go ahead and delete as well. And then the 7-zip file here was not even recognized. So I may as well go ahead and delete that as well. And that is it for this floppy disk. And here is the other one that I used. And this file did not work, so I'll go ahead and delete that. Now it looks like this is some sort of music file. That's where there's all those MIDI files on there. So it even gives me a special program alert. I don't think newer versions of Windows do this. This is very helpful. Anyways, I'll go ahead and get rid of that. And so this is how the disk was when I started using it. And I'll pop that out now. And I have some more floppy disks in here. So let's see here. Oops, that one came out of the thing. Okay, so I'll just move all this up here. So in terms of my floppy disks, this is a floppy disk case. A lot of these are Yamaha, and that's because these are meant to be used with our Yamaha CVP 201 electronic piano. So these all have music on them, actually. And they're pretty cool. Maybe I'll make a separate video playing these on the piano. You can, I've copied the files off of these so I have them. But really for full functionality, they have to be used with the piano, so I'll put those back in here into this little holder. So these are all music. Here's another Yamaha disc, so I'm assuming that's a music disc. These were the two I used today, and then I have in here. This is just a floppy disk case. And this one's got some more music on it. This one says Music Software Collection. So I guess this is another music disc. And I think I put it in there because all 5 slots in this floppy disk holder are filled up. So, but yeah, this is a music case. But this could be convenient for just carrying around floppy disks so they don't get damaged. And then here I have some more floppy disks as well. So, these floppy disks here are probably at least 20 years old. I mean, they were being used even a decade ago, so. But none of these are my floppy disks. I've just basically inherited these. I don't really remember which floppy disks are being used or not. But I'll make a separate video of going through these floppy disks. So, I got what I wanted to accomplish done. You can see that both of these disks are now recognized by this computer. And what is this? This is a 14 gigabyte USB flash drive, as is this one. So this gives me these 2 drives, since this computer has 2 USB ports. Totally, I have 28 gigabytes, about 29 gigabytes actually of USB flash storage I can use. Now that these USB flash drives are working, which is very nice actually, because floppy disks are great, but each of these is 1.44 megabytes, and these are 14-ish gigabytes, which is on the order of 14 times about, I would say, 700 more. So that would be, gosh, this is tens. Each of these are tens of thousands of times larger in terms of capacity than these, and I can use them with most modern computers today. Whereas these can really only be used with external readers on modern computers. Now, floppy disks are very convenient that they're easily recognized. You don't need to worry about drivers, and they were pretty much ubiquitous at that point. So they're recognized by any older computer. But USB flash drives are definitely very practical as well. So it's nice to be able to have that option. So that'll be it for this video.